Greetings, Hope Church. This is Mark Friesen, current chair of the Deacons. And behind me here is the laptop where I've been editing the video that you're about to watch, the Deacon video. Now, when Raj joined the Deacon Zoom meeting earlier this month and asked us to do a video, I'm not sure if this was exactly what he had in mind, but in our defense, when you give creative people an assignment and those creative people have a lot of extra time on their hands, well, so it is what it is. Now, that being said, this is a very serious time in our country, in our community, and maybe in your family, and this is not really a serious video, at least until the end, but I think that's okay. If there's one thing that I think we've learned during this time about church and about Hope Church is that church isn't a building, it's a family, and families get to experience lots of emotions together. So, I hope you...
And that's why it's important for you to do your show tonight. Can we be funny? Why start now?
And that being said, I get to say the words we rarely hear around Hope, and that is, cue the video.
Greetings, Hope Church. This is Dan Quist. This is the first video Deacons Discourse. But first, a little Hope news. With summer and the apocalypse just around the corner, emails and phone calls have gone out to prospective deacons and elders as their terms wind down shortly. With more on this story, current chair of the Deacons, Mark Friesen.
Thanks, Dan, and happy spring to you as well. To the future chair of the Deacons, whoever you may be, I have this simple challenge. I have been acting chair of the Deacons for 49 days, and in those 7 short weeks under my watch, the Deacons have stopped passing the plate. Dave Barr and the Hope Choir have gone completely missing, and Pastor Roger has begun taking Sundays off, preaching on Thursday afternoons in front of absolutely no one. So, for the future chair of the Deacons, I challenge you to do better. Back to you, Dan.
Thanks, Mark, for raising the bar so very high. On a more positive note, we're happy to report that elders and deacons sheltering at home, their monthly meetings went on as scheduled via Zoom technology. However, social distancing requirements did make even Zoom meetings challenging.
Ah! 6 feet, people! Okay, any further discussion? If not, all in favor, please smile.
Even with these challenges, there were new ideas discussed.
So how can we as deacons model unity and solidarity for Hope during this time? How do other deacon groups do, or other teams?
Well, whenever the Blackhawks make a playoff run, they all stop shaving for the whole playoffs. And they grow beards as a sign of bonding. It's beautiful.
That's a really good idea, Dave. I've heard of other deacon groups doing that. We can do that.
Sounds good. Look for better ideas in next week's edition. And in our final story, before the Deacons Discourse begins, it's been rumored that the Deacons have begun looking at new technology to bring Hope and Hope screens to a screen near you. Rita, as the de facto Deacon computer expert, I presume you're on that committee?
Oh, no, not me. I'm on enough committees already. Maybe Dave?
Well, are we sure the beard idea won't work?
No, Dave, the beard idea won't work. Hey, look, I think Mark must be leading this new technology effort. Can we look beyond the door and see his progress?
We who have faith cannot afford to fall out among ourselves. The very state of the world is a summons to us to stand together. Religion in wide areas in different...
In a related story, Pastor Raj has announced that podcasts and podcasts only will be used for the foreseeable future. No screens or fireside chats will be used.
So that's the news during this apocalypse. We trust that this video hasn't offended you, and if it has,
It was Mark's fault.
Yeah, 100%. Although I still like the beard idea.
Enough with the beard, Dave.
and with that, here's Dan with the actual Deacon Discourse.
Thanks, Mark. And now for the Deacons Discourse. We're all in this together. We want to make sure that everyone at Hope is being cared for socially and emotionally, as well as financially. If you or your family have a need, please reach out to us. You can reach out to Mark or myself or any of the other deacons or elders. We're happy to come alongside you to make sure that we get through this together. Even though we're not meeting physically, we are still collecting offerings as we normally would for the general fund, as well as those that we'd be blessing with our second offering. You can submit checks or electronic payments either through your phone or by calling your bank or by submitting checks through the mail. We'll make sure that your giver code is credited with that amount for your tax documents. We are looking forward to the day that we can worship together again on Sunday. Let the hugs and handshakes abound. And we will get through this. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.